Alright, nice to meet you, Joe. I've got some questions for you. So first question, what made you start skateboarding?
My brother skated before me. He was never any good, but I used to skate with him and we'd be bad together. And then I sort of carried on after him and he stopped. It's one of those things, everyone sees it and they think, I wish I could do that. But then a lot of people don't actually take it up. So I just thought, like, I think it looks really cool, I want to do it, it looks fun. I'll say I'm with my friends, like Aled. If I'm skating with Aled, I feel really confident because I just feel so at ease. And like, I feel at ease in environments where I wouldn't usually. It's like, we'll be skating outside Tesco. We'll be sitting on the floor and that's not acceptable, but we do it anyway. Sometimes I wonder like, oh, are we only friends because we skate? But I don't think that's true at all. I think you just need, people need things in common. Well, you don't need things in common, but like, it's like social lubricant, really. It just makes everything really easy. But then I do skate on my own as well, because it's a really personal thing as well. If I don't skate for 2 weeks, I feel quite, I wouldn't say depressed, but I feel like I'm missing something. It's exercise, it's social, and it's just you feeling like you're always working on something and you're always improving, and just, that's really great for confidence, for my confidence. My main issue with skating is getting to the skate park, because I live in the middle of nowhere. I live outside of Llan, so like in the summer it's a 4-mile bike ride to town, and then I get a bus to Wrexham, and then probably get a train to Manchester to get to like anywhere decent. So we've got a couple parks. I mean, some of them are just so deteriorated that you can't even use them anymore. And then others are decent, but almost not worth going to. It's kind of worth just going a little bit further afield. I think I'll probably do it until my body doesn't allow me to. But then even then I'll just kind of roll around and just do whatever, because it just makes me quite happy. It's quite hard to explain. You get adrenaline, obviously, but then it's kind of satisfying. Like, you know, it's something satisfying. It's kind of a bit of an art form. Oh, it's just like the action of mastering a skill. The feeling is that you've kind of, I don't know, by doing the manoeuvre, you've overcome the boundary, and you've improved.
Yeah.
Proper beginners, they'll ask me things like, how do you jump so high? And I tell them what I think, but obviously like that can't be applied because you need to learn the muscle memory, which is just purely through repetition and like just trying it for hours, like I said before. But yeah, I'll try and like say, oh, it's easy. You just pop here and flick.
We're nearly finished, but everyone's like, oh, I'd rather go to Liverpool, rather go to Manchester, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And it's just sat there. You know, that footage is now like old enough to start drinking.
But no, I feel like my family, they're kind of, like sometimes my dad will say like, oh, you sure you don't need to just go for a skate and like get out your system for some exams or something. Like they're pretty understanding. In my lower years of school, they seem quite confused by it because I'm doing something that no one else in my school's really doing. Like there was maybe, I mean, there's about 2 skaters in my school now, and before there were a couple more. So it felt more acceptable because, you know, we had a bit of a big group. No, I think some of my friends definitely thought it was weird that I was doing something that no one else really does. There's sort of Wrexham skaters. I think I met them originally because they came to Llangollen Park, but then I'm friends with the Wrexham skaters now, and that's my main group. But then also there's Chester skaters who, you just sort of meet them. You meet them by by travelling, meeting people and speaking about your common interest.
You'll say that's intentional.
I think there is more effort and more sort of money and resources going into other sports except for skateboarding. You know, even after like it got brought into the Olympics, I think everyone thought, oh, we're all suddenly going to be doing skateboarding in school because it's in the Olympics, but it didn't end up being the case for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, what?
The football seemed like the main thing everyone was doing, and I never liked it. I think people were mean. Other footballers were kind of, I don't know, I never felt like welcomed into that. but then I was really welcomed into skateboarding. I've definitely had some of my best sessions in Tesco, just on the flat ground. But I think that people in areas where they've got this massive indoor for winter and then a massive skate park outdoors for summer, I think that they're just going to progress more. I think you can, obviously, if you're putting in the effort, you can get to that same level, but it's a lot more effort. It's more energy and kind of staying power, and it just takes more.
Do it.
Oh, come on!
I've done it in the past.
What are you doing?
Last year,
Jeez.
This really is the last one now.
But then I guess that separates like the committed people from the non-committed people, which is another cool thing about skaters in Wrexham, because you have to be so committed to keep going with it.
This is it now. They've run out of space and patience.
Last one. Who's gonna do it?
Oh, it's done.
Can you give us a bit of background into your artistic career and sort of who influenced you on that journey?
I started probably about 15 years ago after not picking up a pencil for like a long time, probably since school. I was living in Cardiff at the time, and my mate was a massive Transformers fan. And he had loads of like graphic novels, and I was just like flicking through them. I thought, oh, these are like really fun to draw. And that's it. That's kind of the catalyst that kind of started everything. I wasn't very good to begin with, and it's just kind of like if you like with anything, if you enjoy it and you do it over and over, you kind of get better at it. I'd moved back to Wrexham in 2013, and I'd got a job in the Co-op Bank, which isn't there anymore. It used to be opposite like McDonald's. And I lasted about a year, and I just kind of realised this isn't for me. Don't enjoy it at all. And at that point, I was kind of like doing more and more like commissions for people, and I thought, like, if I don't take the plunge and give it a go in full time, I'll never do it, so that's it. So there was a festival called Gwyl Walgoch, which is the Red Wall Festival, which was all about Welsh football culture. So they were just kind of like, we've got money for a pot for artwork. We'd love to do a mural. We know you've always said you wanted to do a mural, do you want to do it? So like most of the murals that I've done have been kind of football related. So obviously there's your kind of target audience. There's a couple that have kind of been celebrating like players and managers of the past. So you could probably say that was like a different group, like, so you're looking at like maybe the older fans who might see that and be like instantly reminiscing about the 70s or the 80s or further back. So a lot of football fans, but then I have done a couple, or one at least, that's kind of celebrating Wrexham's history. When I was doing that, you get so many people of all ages kind of stopping by for a chat and kind of talking about, oh, my dad used to work in this industry, or my mum used to work in this industry. So that was like really nice. When you're doing work on that scale, I think people are kind of fascinated by it, and they're always interested to see, to ask about like the thought behind it, the technique. So yeah, you always have like good conversations with people. Like the fact that there's such an appetite for murals now is a really good indicator that, like, the city's attitude to, maybe not culture in general, but just the attitude has changed quite a lot over the last like 5 or 10 years. So I think hopefully by the end of February, over the last 2 years, as part of the City of Culture bid, we'd have added 17 murals, as well as the ones that have been kind of privately commissioned. When things like that are visible in a city, it tells people particularly people who are visiting, that, we're a kind of vibrant place to be. If you'd have told me 15 years ago that I'd be doing it as a full-time job, that would be the biggest kind of like, because you think, you know, when you're, you know, if you're young or you're just starting out doing something, particularly like a creative job, like the idea of being able to do it as a full-time job and like take care of your bills and like manage financially, I think that's like a huge thing, and you're not really kind of like taught or told that it's viable when you're younger, I don't think. So yeah, I think that would be the biggest kind of like thing I'm most proud of, I'd say. I'd say at my worst, I did a dog portrait once, and it was probably about 10 years ago actually, and I had, you know, those like Icelandic hats with like the tassels that hang down. Just been to make myself a cup of tea, and then I sat down at my drawing board, and my drawing board's like a, you know, a big stand-up thing, so I think as I've like sat down, one of the tassels had dipped in my tea and like done a massive streak right down the middle of the drawing, ruined it, like completely ruined it. So that's like hours and hours of work, and I just like had a meltdown big time. When I think back now, I think like, you know, obviously it's not that big a deal looking back, but at the time I was just like, I'm done, I've had enough, I don't want to do this anymore. At my best, I think I'd probably say like one of the murals again, so maybe the T-Power ramp mural. I think that was probably the most challenging piece that I've ever done, purely because it was angled and curved. Yeah, I'd say that was the one that was, yeah, give me a little hand on my shoulder, yeah.
I used to ring.
How long did you ring bells for?
About 20 years. The bells are nearly 300 years old. 2027, I think, is the 300th anniversary. I started to learn in 1999. It was mainly due to my wife wanting to learn to ring bells. I said, oh, we can do that together. So we did. These bells were all cast by the same company, and a couple of them had to be recast because they developed cracks. So we now have a set of bells that is 10 bells strong and can be rung in methods. That's what it's called, because you can't ring the same note twice in succession. It doesn't work. It has to be, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. There are lots of ways of ringing bells, lots of changes, which can be a bit daunting.
Third place, second place, and now we're going to lead. Nice.
Initially, you need a bit of power to get the bell swinging, but then you swing and it goes to the top, and then it goes right round. And so the rhythm is set up, and you get a sound. Whether it's a pleasant sound or not is a different matter.
You can have a box if you want a box. You want a small one. 3 after 4.
The most dangerous thing is if a rope breaks, which can happen. If that breaks, the bell has a will of its own, and it wants to go swinging round and round because there's nothing to stop it.
All you're going to do, you get on the box. You sure? Yep, because you're closer to the centre of gravity. I know it's not that much difference, but every bit helps.
And I've seen that happen on one occasion, and it was a young chap who was learning.
Okay, so obviously it's about incremental work, so you get it swinging a bit more each time until it's up. And then to charm it, you grab it with both hands, hold on tight. It will take you off your feet. So as you swing out over the floor, don't fall and hit your head.
And everybody shouted, "Let go," because basically the ropes go through the ceiling, come down again, and in going up, if somebody didn't let go, well, they don't fit through the hole at the top. This is a joke.
So once you've got it going,
Yeah, it does it all the time.
yeah, because you bounce the clapper off the bell. That's it. So that's it. That's it.
On this occasion, everybody shouted, "Let go!" And he was sensible enough to let go. Somebody was there to break his fall because he was up in the air about 8 feet or whatever, I don't know. And he didn't get hurt. And then the bell has its, well, eventually, of course, it comes to a standstill. Goes round and round, and everybody's happy when somebody doesn't get hurt. So, yeah. Six is usually the minimum, and you can go up to the whatever number bells you've got. But in this case, it's 10. But it's not very often that we have 10 ringers who are willing to perform. You start ringing rounds, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat, repeat, repeat.
Okay, so one blow after one. Quicker, one blow after two.
I mean, I used to enjoy calling, but I could only go so far. Then I'd have to let somebody else do it. But most times it was a case of, you carry on, you carry on. I stopped, I think it was through COVID. At that point, I also discovered that my legs didn't really like the 60 steps up to the ringing room. To get up to the top of the tower is something like 120 or so steps. I got to the point where I couldn't do that anymore. My legs didn't want to know. So that's why I stopped. And I started, as I said, because my wife wanted to start. Patience. I think it's like anything else. If you want to be good at it, you have to practice. It's rewarding in its own way, because when you can ring rounds and you're doing it for a wedding or something like that, it's great because you're contributing towards their day, as it were. When you just ring for the fun of it, which, well, when you're doing practice, that's the fun of it. You basically just enjoy it. Funnily enough, there are some people who want to ring bells, and they sort of come along and tentatively make the enquiry. Do you have bell ringers here? Yes. So how do I come this way?
Okay, thank you very much, Pete. I think a round of applause for you. Thank you so much.